Nerd Skool is a member of the Queen City Podcast Network, powered by Ortho Carolina. Now offering video visits so you can take control of your orthopedic care from the comfort of your home. Schedule online at orthocarolina.com. Ortho Carolina, you improve.
Hey, fellows. It's the first snap of another season.
Nerds roll. Nerds roll.
Oh, my glasses are broken.
Surprise me. My pocket is protected.
Surprise me.
I'm a super nerd.
Surprise me.
That's Batman.
Okay.
Excelsior!
I am a super nerd.
The Nerd Skool Podcast.
Starring Andy.
I am a former entertainment journalist.
The Star Spangled Band with a plan.
TBJ.
Welcome, congratulations. You did dirt. Ta-da! I got no shame. I am what I like to call a surprise nerd.
Art Star.
I am not an incel.
Dark Star.
He's the nerd Gotham City deserves.
And yours truly, call me Joe.
Joe Bird.
Now it's time for us to pick the movies. We're going to do 4 movies that are not in the MCU before we start Phase 2. And this will begin Season 2 of Nerd Skool.
Will it?
Yeah, well, we will cover
Is it going to begin or is it just going to be like a...
Coda. Like a...
I figure like
Put it in
they
the
have to
phase
be
or
in one. I have to
season
like
one.
characterize them as in one of the seasons. So it's either the end of Season 1 or start of Season 2.
No,
It
it'd be the start of season 2.
Yeah, that's why I think we'll start it easy and then we'll get into the Phase 2.
Because we still have our 4 films, Loki starting next week. That'll be our weekly bonus. 4 films, and then we jump into the Phase 2.
So let's go around. I like the order we're going in because I can't wait to see what. I have no idea what TBJ is going to. Actually, I have no idea. I think I know what you're going to say, and I can't believe you're going to say that. But
Yeah, we can start with this. We're talking about we've done all Marvel movies.
Yeah.
But nerds cover a lot beyond Marvel. Marvel is not the only thing that what defines the nerd.
And we're not doing any series. We're doing one-off-ishes.
Yeah.
yes,
Because we'll get to other series later.
yeah. So we've talked about the fact that we're not going to get to anything non-MCU related for a long time if we don't just interject some off-brand nerd.
I mean, they're still on-brand nerd. But
I mean, off MCU
Yeah.
nerdom.
Off of
So
that.
they can be Marvel, just not
Yeah.
MCU.
They can be anything.
I was
Yeah.
considering.
It can
like,
be DC. It doesn't have to even be comics, right?
Listen,
it's got to be.
I picked
nerdy.
something pretty fun that's family friendly that you
Okay.
can watch with your kids and just laugh and enjoy.
Is there
So no
any
Mortal
criteria though? Like, does somebody have to say that's not nerdy enough?
Hey, it has a superhero in it. Has my favorite superhero in it, but it's not a part of the series. So
I know what it is.
What
I
do
know
you
what
think
it
it
is.
is?
Lego Batman.
It is.
Yes, which I saw, and it is great.
So it's a good
And I
summer.
want to see it again.
It's a good summer
Have you
movie.
seen part two?
Introduce some new characters
Nah,
in it.
No, I have. I'm going to screen it. I'm getting a projector and I'm going to screen it in my backyard off the garage so everyone
are.
can take part in my house.
And we'll come to your house and
you
watch
sure
it together.
can. You can come to my
Side
backyard.
note.
What if we all watched a movie together?
Side
I'm
note.
okay. I'm going to
That'd be
screen it
fun.
off.
The Lego video games are awesome.
They
especially
really are.
The Lego Batman.
I believe. I mean, I don't
Man,
play
it's
video
Lego
games.
superheroes. Awesome.
Yeah, well, because your kids introduce you to a dumb game. To
No,
start
Arte
getting
was
you in.
no. They play all kinds of games, but my kids know that I am not interested unless it is from the '80s and I can press all the buttons at the same time to fight. Those are the only games,
So what was
or
the game
racing a car.
What was the game you tried on your birthday
Is it
week?
Life is strange.
Life is strange.
Life is strange.
But is that pushing all the buttons?
No, which is
Yeah,
why I was
that's the
like, this is
problem.
dumb.
Yeah, they
But
should
I also
actually-
don't love video games.
Okay.
So
I try to play that Life is.
It's a good game.
I'm
That's
not a
that.
gamer.
That's where you're that guy who grew up in an orphanage and his sister comes.
No.
Oh, that's a different thing.
You might have played part 2. There are two parts to it.
Yeah, this
It's
one
like
is
an
a girl.
emotional
She's a
like
teen girl.
family that. It's like the guy was abused and he was taken away from his family, or there's mama's murder or something.
Either way,
It's like a emotional. There's no like action. It's like choose who. Are you
Yeah.
sad? Do you
Well,
want to
it's
cry?
Like it's almost like Life is even Life is Strange is the things where you have to like. There's one thing where you have to get into like the school and it's this girl and her friend like the I guess you call them the Beckys. They're sitting out front and you have to like mess with this ladder so it drops paint on it so the girl gets up and go change her clothes. and
Okay.
now you can sneak into the building kind of thing. That
Okay,
kind of,
that's not
it's
what I
it's a
played.
bunch of decisions.
Mine
to
was
get through.
decisions too, but it was just like an
Yeah.
emotional family.
But,
with mom
even
and
with
Are you
dad.
thinking
Ow.
of The Last of Us?
The Last of Us is action. Last of Us, you're
No.
killing people. In Last
This
of
one
Us.
was I didn't
wouldn't
get
play
very
that
far because it was just all emotional, like crying scenes.
I'm all about the killing
Why am I
people
playing?
games.
I mean, some people
Anyway.
just like, consequences happen, and different consequences happen depending on what you
yeah,
choose.
mine was- it
and
was
I
a-
think that's the thing with these games.
It was sisters, and one is transgender, and she's now a he, and
So
you're
he is a sister and a
he-
brother.
a sister and a brother, but they were originally they show them as children,
born sisters.
as sisters. I think they're twins. Now that I think about it, and one because at the time, whatever it was, they were sent away, and so I started playing this. I was like, this is like heavy, like this, and then I realized it was a free Xbox Pass thing.
Yeah. So I mean, some people love them. I just
But
am not.
yeah,
a
it was just like an
gamer
emotional.
in any way.
But you like pushing all the buttons, so that wouldn't be.
But it's only like legit. Basically, the 80s of video games. Where I
should
can just
get,
go
like-
boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom,
You
boom,
should-
boom, and you be like, "How did they do that kick?"
Double
I'll be like,
Dragon.
I don't know. I was just pressing all the buttons.
your son-
Double Dragon.
Does your
That's
son
it.
have Injustice?
I have no idea.
What if it was like Injustice Gods Among Us? You could be Batman.
Okay, well,
And you
you
can
know what?
press
So we
all
got
buttons.
our
There was
first movie.
something that he
We're gonna
does
do
play
a
with
Lego
superheroes.
Batman.
I
We're
don't
gonna do a
know.
DC and a Lego and a cartoon.
all in one.
Yes.
See, y'all say I'm mean. I pick something fun and friendly.
And we're gonna watch at
And-
your house and get crunk.
Yeah, you can. We
Purple
can have a
drink.
backyard watch party.
Everything is awesome.
Can I drink?
Lego
Can
movie.
I drink?
That's the main
Can I
Lego
bring potion?
You can bring whatever potion
It's
you
blue
want.
Kool-Aid and
Do
vodka.
you need to have seen the Lego movie before you see Lego Batman?
No,
No.
not at all.
Okay.
Now, I do suggest seeing the Lego movie. It's
Yeah, yeah.
fun.
Oh, but the guy who
I've seen
plays
it.
the Batman voice is done by Job
Will Arnett.
Will Arnett.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who also hosts the Lego game show.
I didn't know
There
was
is a Lego
show.
game show.
And it comes
Yes.
back on.
It's already
Why
been
am I
on and
promoting
gone.
this?
I don't.
But the new
you
season
just
starts,
said
I
things
think,
about
Wednesday.
video games and things I don't know.
There is it's like people build Lego things,
Then they have to do
it's a
things
rush.
like
Oh, it's like a
destroy
Lego
them.
So
competition. Okay.
does that doing that episode does that hinge on when you're going to do your screening or not? We have to
No.
wait till after you do your screening.
It's up to you guys. Let's see what everyone picks, and then we can decide which one we do first.
Do you have a date plan for your screening, or are you
No,
just
I'm
kind of
pretty-
just putting
it's
it
the
out
summer.
there? It's the summer.
I'm just chilling, doing things. In
I didn't
the
know if you had
summer.
like an event plan. Yeah,
No,
June 14th.
no.
Okay.
We can whenever. Just know.
Boom.
Lego Batman is
And you're going to
Tiffany's
project
choice.
it onto your backyard.
I'm going to
your
project it
garage?
onto my either garage door or one of my friends has a screen.
And you just like
We'll
sit
see.
outside,
Yeah.
lawn chairs, and watch a
Just
movie.
go have an outdoor movie night.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, let's do it.
She lives close to me, so that'd be fun. We live closer together now.
All right.
It's not far from Andy either, right?
He's in Gastonia,
Oh, for some reason I thought you were in Union too.
in Gaston County,
Technically Belmont.
Belmont County.
No, it's Gastonia County. Gaston
Gaston
County.
It's
County.
still Gaston County.
He lives inside
I know
Don
where you are.
McAllister's
One of my
house.
friends is out there in them streets. The gas house, I
Friends
call it.
benefits.
No.
Just in case you wanted to just divulge new information.
I will not be divulging to the general audience
Speaking
any
of-
activities.
Speaking of divulging information, Art Star, what do you do in your personal life?
I play video games.
That's what he says. But we
Plan to
don't
take
know.
over the world, Joe.
Oh,
Yeah.
boom! I knew it. That's the secret.
There's like dungeon shit.
Are you the
happening
brain
in
or
Art's
pinky?
life. All right, second movie. Who's
I gotta
picking
know
the
what Art
second
Star's movie is.
My movie is probably one of the. I don't want to say it's a bad movie, but it's not necessarily good. But there's a line in this movie that I love, and that line is, "All that you know is at an end." You know what movie that is, Andy? Because I know you know, Andy. Look at. I wish you guys could see Andy's face. He had just like, no, I don't want to watch this movie.
No. I'm trying to place
okay.
it. All that you know is at an end.
All that you know is at an end.
What movie did you pick?
All that you know is soon at an end.
That Silver Surfer.
Fantastic Four,
I Googled
Rise
it.
of the Silver
I
Surfer.
googled it.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds familiar.
So you chose a Fantastic Four movie.
But it's
Not
it's
MCU.
not MCU.
Is this the
It's
one?
2007.
this is the sequel to the original Fantastic Four film. It's got the same cast from the original Fantastic Four, which includes Chris Evans as the Human Torch.
He's the Human Torch.
Michael Chiklis from The Shield is Benjamin J. Grimm,
Not to be
Aunt Petunia's
confused
favorite
with
nephew.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Now I thought the guy from Friday Night Lights, who is in Black Panther, was also Johnny
He
Storm.
was.
That's in a
That was in a
different
different
iteration.
later
who-
iteration.
And another question I came up with: Johnny Storm is Human Torch. Who's
Correct.
Johnny Blaze? Is there a
Ghost
Johnny-
Rider. Nicolas Cage is
Rider's
Ghost
Johnny
Rider,
Blaze.
which is we could have chosen one of those.
Oh, I
I'm
want to
okay
see
that we
those.
didn't.
Maybe I'll switch mine.
Lord.
They're not very good.
They're not.
I mean,
I mean,
listen,
if
do what you want.
I saw that Silver Surfer one once, but I don't remember. I remember thinking of being cool.
I haven't seen it in a long time, so it'll be
I
interesting.
used to think Silver Surfer was my favorite superhero, and it's only because Ad Rock from the Beastie Boys.
Did
has
I
a
show
tattoo
you
of him.
guys my Silver Surfer that I got with Milnor?
Silver Surfer
You mean
with
Meow
Mjolnir?
Mjolnir?
With Meow Meow?
Meow, meow.
No, can you run and get it real quick while I finish up the podcast?
I'll be right back.
Show and tell. Show and
I'll
tell.
be right back. I'm not an incel.
Let's do an unboxing.
Show and tell.
It's just that people
Can
like
you do a whole episode in that voice?
what, an unboxing.
I'm not an incel. That's my favorite.
Lord Artemis Prime
No,
rises.
no one's calling me that.
Well, thankfully, I'm not going to pick any of the live-action Transformers movies
Okay, good.
because those are affronts to.
I like them.
What about Freakazoid? You do, we should all watch the season of Freakazoid.
No, you already picked yours.
Okay, so we
Andy's
got to watch
turn.
the
I
Silver
think I've
Surfer.
not watched more than 5 minutes of any Freakazoid. I don't know if I could handle a whole season of Freakazoid.
It's okay.
So my
I think Joe's a Teen Titans go to the movies.
my need for chronology is going to really bug me. That both of the that one is a sequel, and we're not going to talk about the first one, and then that Lego
No,
Batman's not.
it
It has a
stands alone.
sequel, right?
It stands alone still.
But it does, yeah. All right.
So I guess I am vaguely reluctant to choose this, but I feel like just given what we've done, we've seen phase 1 of the MCU. We've sort of studied that, and it's worth comparing why this worked and why the DC expanded universe does not really, by taking a look at Zack Snyder's Justice League cut, the 4-hour thing on
They're just trying
HBO
to
Max.
take over a bunch of my time.
Yeah,
How
Well,
do
you-
we
I haven't
find
even-
it has Batman in it.
I know. I just don't have 4 hours.
But
that
Ben
I want
Affleck
to,
plays him, right?
I haven't
Yeah.
He
finished
is not the. It is not as bad as you think.
Ben Affleck is just as
Listen, he
douche.
worked with the material he had. I don't consider him a dick.
You don't think he's a douche?
I don't think he is a douche, but he presents as.
I think
douche.
a lot of his
Kind
earlier characters were that,
Yeah.
like young Boston guy doing whatever. I think with better writing and better care, he could have been a fantastic.
I don't know why.
I just don't like
Ben
people
Affleck.
dismissing him because
Yeah.
it became a thing
It's-
like, Ben Affleck's the worst Batman ever.
Yeah.
And-
I had a problem watching him as Batman just because it sounds like Ben Affleck whispering. It never feels like Bruce Wayne. It never feels
I didn't like
he's
Christian
anyone
Bale.
other.
Well, everyone has to get.
I
they have
do
to-
love Christian
They have to have a gruff.
He's just
voice.
crazy
Like
AF.
my thing is, the DC shows on CW. Not even DC, but like let's say Green Arrow and Flash when it first came out.
Yeah.
They all use like voice modifiers whenever they were talking.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, that's Oliver Queen. You know, like, and these are crap. I don't want to say crappy shows, but they're like television shows. Like you always have like these movies with Batman. It's always like. It's almost as bad as Superman just putting on his glasses. It's like, oh, that's That's Bruce Wayne. It's not Batman because he goes, I'm Batman. And then when he's not talking, he's like, I really like Harvey Dent. It's like the same guy, but he does his gruff voice. He's supposed to think that.
Right, but I will not blame that on Ben Affleck himself. I will blame that on the direction of the director and his choices.
Yeah,
in
I
the
don't blame
movie.
any of the cast in Zack Snyder's DCEU
Yeah.
for the problems with it.
So you did finish the whole movie.
I haven't watched the Zack Snyder cut yet.
So you just want a
we
reason
are
to
going
watch
to
it.
watch.
I need a reason to watch it because I feel a nerd
I'm
duty
interested
to.
in what the hell it is. 'cause I
I'm
haven't
not
seen any of
anti
those.
it.
But it's long.
It's just
Here's
long.
the thing.
But
It's-
don't you
it's
have to
long.
have seen Aquaman and Wonder Woman and
No.
whatever else?
When all leading up to it is Man of Steel, which is a completely joyless and charmless version
I did
of
watch
Superman.
that and I didn't even know what the hell I saw. I don't know, what
You're
the
fine.
fuck was
And
that?
Batman v Superman: Dawn of Zoning Ordinances or whatever. No,
I kind of
Dawn
want to
of
watch
Justice.
that. I want to watch those two fight. But it's bad.
It's not.
I say read the book.
Again, what we've talked about this on the podcast a million times. that DC has not invested in a way that Marvel has invested in creating content and stories.
So the writers are bad.
Writers are bad. It's not. Marvel is a machine who has tuned itself well. DC is like, I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
That's really, and they
yeah.
can't quite.
And Marvel was like that.
Correct.
Because you guys were talking about the
Like-
history when Marvel was struggling.
Yeah.
They were selling off all their shit.
Yeah.
They were not doing well.
No,
And
Yeah.
the
they were
movies
not.
didn't exist.
Right.
But they've got the right people. Make
They
it.
have.
That's the
Eventually.
thing.
And it took them a while, and now
Bunch of
they
money.
had to succeed enough to be able to buy their stuff back.
So do you
Yeah.
think if Disney buys DC or
Warner Brothers, yeah, they'd have to buy Warner Brothers outright. Then it would be a whole other ballgame.
But if they do you think that
and
would
it
solve
would be a
it?
bad sign for, I think, humanity in general if one corporation
At
owning
all,
that
wasn't
much of the modern mythology.
But for hypothetical purposes, if they did, yes, we would have better story.
It would
content.
immediately be good.
Yeah, because I think they work hard in making sure things work.
But if they did,
Because I think sometimes with DC, it's like, oh, we just want to put out.
Yeah, they just
This
wanna,
movie.
Yeah, put out a franchise.
They don't
Oh,
really
they just wanna
care
I
as
see
much about the writing, character
Yeah.
building, etc.
they have this deadline.
There
to
are
get
some
it
that
out
are
to
good,
compete.
right? Dark Knight Rises is fantastic. I love the first Wonder Woman. These are fantastic films, but when they try and like mush stuff together, you're like, why? What are you doing? I mean, I could come in and write better. I'm
So
not
you
a
think
writer.
you think they had deadlines like specifically to compete?
I don't think they cared as
not.
much. I don't think they care as much.
They're like
Put out another
they're a
movie.
they're Warner Brothers. They have a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
But they have this. They own DC
Mm-hmm.
outright.
Yeah.
And they basically have all this intellectual property that is
Yeah.
just money waiting to be made.
They can do what they want.
in their eyes. So they can just, as long as they throw something out,
Yeah.
it has name recognition.
Because
Well, here's
people
a
are going
good-
to still watch it. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's
people
my
will
other
still
question
watch
is-
it. So they're
So
whether
they're making enough money on them, right?
whether it sucks or not, people are still showing up to be like, what did they turn this into?
And there's
got a
people.
question.
And DC also has like a weird edge of fanatic fan that is so invested in DC being better than Marvel that they will make a lot of excuses.
They'll argue. Like,
Yeah,
is there?
there
is
are
there
Zack Snyder fans. There are
That's what I
people
was
who
gonna
are
ask you.
really into.
Are
this
there
version.
nerds that just completely say that those DC movies are better than the MCU?
There are some
Oh
that
yeah,
will always
yeah.
say that.
And there was enough of those fans making noise that made the Zack Snyder cut happen at all.
Right.
Because
Now, okay, real quick, as quick as you can. What's the deal with Zack Snyder? And why
Zack
there had to be a
Snyder-
Zack Snyder cut? He got fired. or
Zack
something?
Snyder directed Man of Steel and Batman and Superman: Dawn of Justice.
Right.
Neither
All
one of
terrible.
them were particularly well received, but
Right.
there was enough there that like the IP, the intellectual
Right.
property was there that they wanted to make another one. Zack Snyder was like most of the way through filming the Justice League movie, which was basically trying to invert the Marvel model of let's introduce everybody in one movie and then
Right.
split them out in their own, as
Right.
opposed to building them up like Marvel did in the Phase
Right.
1.
Gotcha.
But Zack Snyder had a family tragedy. I believe one of his children killed themselves or something.
my
So he had to
gosh.
step away from the project. And they brought in the guy who directed Avengers, Joss Whedon.
Okay.
Noted now, piece of crap.
Piece of shit
Yeah.
asshole.
They said, well, he did the Avengers, so he can
he'll
do
do
that,
great with that.
to
So on paper, that should have worked.
But he came in,
have.
abused the crap out of the whole cast, reshot everything, like tossed a lot of the stuff Zack Snyder had filmed. Not necessarily saying the Zack Snyder stuff was good, but what Joss Whedon pieced together, Frankenstein together, was also really crappy.
Yeah.
So there's a Joss
Now,
Whedon
was
cut.
he already like starting to be outed as an asshole during all this, or not? Like nobody. Knew.
It wasn't as loud. I think what happens is some of the people on this film, the bigger Wonder Woman, she was like, listen, no.
Yeah,
Dude is
yeah.
trash.
Like he did some kind of
Yeah.
crap about like threatening her career if she
Yeah.
didn't do a specific stupid
And
joke.
she was
He
like,
did.
She kicked it upstairs. And
Yeah, so
immediately
it
got
took
for
like
her.
so there were
So Gal
people
Gadot, like,
saying
saved
he's
the day?
not great, but
Gal Gadot.
Yep.
You actually pronounced the T.
Is it Gadot?
Yeah,
It really is.
yeah.
Gal Gadot is the one who she saved the day.
She,
she didn't-
got
I
the
don't know if she saved
ball.
the day.
She
got the
got a bigger voice attached to other complaints.
Okay.
And then more and more started to come out, and
So
it's
then
like
the Marvel people started coming out when the DC people started
I mean,
voicing their.
not-
No.
Just-
there was some Me Too stuff with Joss Whedon
Yeah.
as well, where like he got divorced and his ex-wife like showed off like a
Yeah, acted a
letter she
fool.
wrote. Like he wrote about like being complete
yeah,
gaslighting jerkwad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Okay. So,
then-
okay. So Joss Whedon.
Joss
took
Whedon's
over
cut came out
that,
and kind of tanked.
and that did bad.
And then years of
Yeah.
nerds going, "It's a Zack Snyder cut. Zack Snyder needs to get all his stuff out, and then it sort of idealized whatever
Yeah.
Zack Snyder would have done, and to the point where there was a pandemic, and they said, you know what, let's just give him money to do this.
So they gave Zack Snyder money now that he's over
Yeah.
his family thing.
Yeah,
and
they
he
said-
made
Not
his own.
over, but
Yeah.
Not
healed-
over it, but
healed.
he's able to work.
healed
Yeah.
better. Yeah.
I mean,
Like, how about him come back, take his original footage, piece it together, and then he did a bunch of reshoots because like there was
oh,
he
so they
may
even
not
allowed
have-
him to do reshoots.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they brought like Ben Affleck back and everybody like, to do different things
So why is it 4 hours? Like what?
because
it's hard
A
to.
lot of exposition.
because it's all streaming. It was all like, make this your auteur's cut. Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
This is what the nerds
Didn't
want.
somebody say you can kind of watch it in episodes
You
though?
can,
Like
because it's
Yeah.
like
Each
that's what I was going to
chapters.
say. It's like it goes like chapter. Like it'll set it up. Like you'll be watching something and it'll say part 2. They show a black screen. It'll say
Yeah.
part 2, and then that'll.
so you've seen this, Art Star?
I'm on part 3. I'm
And you
literally on
haven't
part
seen it
3.
at all.
Not yet.
But
I
you've
haven't- I haven't
seen
signed it.
you've seen the other ones. You've seen
Yeah.
Aquaman.
So remember, I'm an OG
DC.
DCer.
Right.
Not hard. I'm not hardcore in anything. Let's
Yeah.
get that.
Yeah, if
straight
you were
and
hardcore,
nerd
you
them.
would have seen this.
No, but I came into Marvel later in life because my OG love has always been
Yeah.
a Batman.
You have Batman underoos.
Listen, I do. And
Batman
I got like
overalls.
5 sets of Batman pajamas. Y'all have no idea. So I am original,
Yeah.
a DC girl but has an appreciation for how Marvel works as an actor, as a creator. So I'm not one of those people like, this is better. First of all, we live in a world that both and exist, right? Both
Yeah.
and can be good.
And I would just on that part, I would just say that like watching, even though I've only seen 3 parts of 5, like I can like it makes it more. It makes me want to watch it more, but then it's still just because I have you have to devote like I'm on part 3. That's like 2.5 hours into it. Like I was watching it. I was like, man. This
so
is
we
only
know we
part
can't watch
3.
this all at once.
No, you can if you're devoted to it.
I can't.
That's one of the reasons I kind of want to watch it with everybody. Is like so we have kind of a support group to,
Yeah,
get-
but I mean,
to
like
work our
that-
way through it.
Support group as
and
we.
I don't even call
as we
it.
go
I
through
won't
the
even
cut.
call it a spoiler. But it's like there's one part in there with like the Flash, which really creepy, and it lasts for a good 10-15 minutes, which I can see why it was cut out. But then it's also Kiersey Clemens' part of the movie, who plays Iris. But it was okay. But then it was just Ezra Miller's Flash is kind of creepy. Like even if you watch the original Justice League, like he's kind of creepy, I think.
Yeah, I mean the original. Most of what I remember about it is not a lot because it wasn't good. But there was like he was such a weird piece of it in that like it always felt like here's this big, heavy, dramatic, joyless thing going around. Let's all stop for a minute and let the Flash make a bad joke that no one laughs at.
Right.
Everyone looks at him,
I think
and then they keep going. Like whatever he said doesn't
like
matter.
you're going to notice things like that watching it. Like I mean, there's even parts where like there are interactions between other characters where in the original it's almost like, but then when you see it in the Snyder cut, it makes it make sense. So like it's almost like they cut so much. It's weird. This is the MCU. We're talking. I mean, this nerdy stuff, but like we're stumbling upon the DCEU now. But like,
I mean,
just
I'm
watching.
gonna have so many questions.
Yeah, but just
You know
watching
that.
it, it's like
I'm-
there's so much. You can see where stuff's been cut out of the original, where like certain things maybe didn't make sense back then will kind of make sense now.
It might make sense, but it also doesn't make it good. It'll just make it like. Like Zack Snyder has said that Marvel does what they do so good. He's trying to do something different.
Yeah.
But what is different from fun, enjoyable, charming,
Right. What's the opposite? Not joyous.
high octane? It's just very. He's trying to do like the epic drama. Like there are some comics that
Yeah.
are like they're all about the showpiece and the big cosmic
He's
style
leaning
kind of
into
thing.
the artistic.
I'm imagining the whole thing's really dark, like all those DC movies seem like you can't even see what's happening half the time. It's so dark.
No, I don't. That's not. I don't.
I mean, they make stylistic choices
Yeah.
for sure, but
I think I was watching one of them.
It's going to be, I would assume, at least 50%, if not more, slow motion. Because that's Zack Snyder's
what Zack
wheelhouse
Snyder
right
does.
there.
all right. So
All
we
right.
got what's your
That's gonna
pick,
take
Joe?
forever. I was almost thinking, like, should we do a like watch parties. Have you ever tried those watch parties online that people
I've done a
started
watch
doing?
party.
We're just like recording like a riff tracks kind of thing. Where
Well, it's like, we're watching it at the same time, so we can see each other's reactions, I guess,
Yeah.
right? While you're watching it. But I don't know
Well,
how much you
the
take it.
Disney watch party, we're just watching at the same time. It'd be harder to do a live reaction of us all watching it unless we were literally physically watching it.
I remember
together.
I don't know if you guys know, but back in the day on Xbox 360, when they had like Netflix, you could do like a Netflix watch party.
You can still do it.
Where you
they
would
still
go
have
in
that.
and like you see like your friend's avatar come into the theater and sit down, and they'd be like sitting next to you and be watching a little.
That's kind of funny.
now, like, but we need like the rights to
So I think
watch along with the film.
Like Facebook even has it now, where you can.
I
do
think if
watch
we're just
parties.
watching it together and not airing it, we're okay.
But would Facebook let you stream?
But you can literally stream on Zoom. Like one of us could start Zoom and stream the video
on
and
whatever
watch
computer
It.
they have and watch it. But
We'll have to just test it.
well, yeah, we can mess around.
We'll
with and
test
see.
it.
Like especially for that one, especially a bit. And then I would like the opportunity to be able to all watch it.
Yeah.
And then anybody at any time, okay, pause. Maybe we have to limit everybody's
Yeah.
pauses, but like in order to be like, can I say something? or I'll be like, what the fuck is happening? Or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know why I censored myself to say fuck this one time.
Right.
I wouldn't say it, but the rest of the time I'm gonna say it. All right, and mine is Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck.
Is that your serious? Is that your?
You wanted to watch?
I thought you were
Okay.
just debating on choosing Howard the Duck because we was talking
I was
before
thinking about
as
it.
we were waiting for the meeting to start,
Yeah, right.
which was just
Which
you know,
never happened.
Me and Senior Joe.
Yeah,
Listen, my child is already dead.
we had our own meeting.
He said he was mentioning Howard the Duck because I also mentioned that how like he pops up in Guardian of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
And then we started talking about the Collector. And what does Jeff Goldblum character? What's his character?
He is the Grand Master.
The Grand Master, right?
And-
And you know they have like the Contest of Champions, which is also a video game, where it's like the Grand Master versus the Collector.
Yeah. They're like they're Eternals, right?
I think that's something.
See, the
So what-
Eternals, they just released like a teaser
Yeah.
for the new Marvel movie, The Eternals. That's going to be something that's going to be hard for us to teach you anything about because I don't know.
We're
anything
all
about
we're
the
all trying to
Eternals.
figure that out.
I know
Yeah,
Jack
yeah.
Kirby went crazy creating them, and that's kind of it.
Right.
So it'll be kind of interesting to
I mean,
have.
like
us all-
literally went crazy. Like
No. Like Jack Kirby
Creatively crazy.
Yeah,
is just the pop off imagination.
Yeah.
Right.
He's so much responsible for
everything.
everything.
We
in
talk about
comics.
that all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in
Like
the
we always
book.
talk about Stan Lee, but if
Yeah.
Jack Kirby was around, he's the one that should have been making them cameos.
Right.
Okay. So
They should both be together, but you know.
well, Howard the Duck, I was searching before you guys got here, and I think it's available on the Paramount or on Peacock.
Peacock.
I think.
We'll
But
find
I don't know
it.
if you guys all have the Peacock or whatever. and we'll
Do you need to
figure
pay for that? Like, because Peacock you can
Peacock
get free.
is,
I ha-
get it free,
I have the
But there's a-
paid version.
there's
If
a
it's
paid
if
version.
it's
But
a
maybe
paid.
we just do what we
There's
talked
no
about.
way
We
how-
watch
test
it.
how we-
Yeah, we'll figure out.
There's no way Howard the Duck should be behind a paywall.
I know it probably
It's
maybe
weird.
it isn't,
Some
but
movies that are though.
some
Yeah.
of the
I was
stupid,
looking at
terrible
something earlier. I
movies.
was like, why is this? Why can't I? Why
I
am I
wonder
paying
if
you
Top Gun is
$3.99?
Like,
for
why
this?
can't we watch Night Court?
I wonder if Top Gun is behind a paywall.
We're not watching Top Gun,
not
so
watching
we aren't. You can do all you want with Top Gun.
I don't. I'd be hard pressed for you to find anything nerdy about Top Gun.
There's
Top
nothing
Gun
nerdy enough.
is the kind of the antithesis of what nerd was in the 80s.
Right.
I
Yeah,
feel
that's
like
true.
it was like super powered, high octane
Yep.
Yeah,
testosterone.
everybody who
jock,
liked that was not a nerd.
I can
Nope.
sit there and say something about like maybe,
unless you're really into volleyball.
maybe the anti nerd, you know. So
Yeah.
okay.
I don't have time for Tom Cruise. in
I
my
picked
life,
Howard the
so-
Duck because I just can't believe that's a comic, and I probably have a million questions, and I haven't seen it since I was a kid. And I would like to
we'll watch
rewatch it.
it.
See, is it terrible? Like, is it as bad as?
It's probably terrible.
It's been a long time since.
I was
And
actually
it might be problematic. Like
I mean,
'87, probably
again,
a
I
lot
think
of misogyny
we've
and
come
sexism. Yeah.
to know that just about anything.
Anything in the '80s.
I was actually thinking about
Not
picking
just
Weird
80s.
Science. Like I was gonna
Anything
go
Weird
for-
Science?
Yeah,
Oh,
Weird
that's
Science.
hella
That's kind of
problematic.
like a yeah, but that's
hella
all, yeah.
problematic.
Is that nerdy?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Does that
about
count as
nerds.
nerd? Yeah.
It's about nerds doing crazy science
Do you
fiction.
know it's snowing in my room?
Yeah, Bill Paxton turns into a pile of turds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no.
Anyway,
worries.
we didn't pick that, so.
So we got
have-
it. We got Batman Lego Movie.
That's a
We've
DC.
got
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic
Rise of
Four,
the Silver
Rise of the
Surfer.
Silver Surfer. We've got the Zack
a
Snyder cut,
DC,
and then we've got Howard the Duck.
Marvel, 2 Marvels and 2 DC.
You should have chose Darkwing Duck.
And
Listen.
I almost the other. No, I don't think I had another one. I didn't even have anything.
That
else.
works. What order are we going in?
Doesn't we have?
It depends on your party and when you have it,
I'm open to whenever. So you tell me
and who all is invited to your party.
who's not
And when we
invited.
I love how it's funny. It's
No,
like,
she looked
it's
at
like-
you because she doesn't want you bringing
Here's
your
the
aunt,
thing.
your
Here's
aunt,
the thing.
your
Here's
TT.
the thing. Here's the thing. She gives me so much guff about being the Sith, right?
Yeah.
How did
So-
none of us pick it? Well, Star Wars. There's too many Star Wars movies.
But
No,
it's
it's too
almost
many.
like it's
Oh, I
like
should have picked Solo. I should have picked Solo.
Oh, that would have been an option, but you would have had a lot of Star Wars questions, so we might as well do Star
I
Wars.
think
in
I
a-
would have answered
another.
them.
yeah, Star Wars should be its season of its own.
Yeah.
Yeah,
me
it's
and
got to be
Tiff
fun
have
too.
this kind of like Joker Batman thing going on. It's like me being the bad guy makes it so she can be good. Like if I'm not bad,
She can't be good.
No, I'm going to be good regardless of if you're good or bad. You've just established yourself as a Sith. You have literally said out of your mouth.
Something
I feel like
prophetic.
you're seeing yourself as the Joker to her Batman.
Of course,
where
of
Batman
course.
here is seeing you as perhaps Killer Moth or
No, she's.
I can't think of another lame Batman villain. How does
Tiff
that happen?
if Tiff had to,
The penguin.
I'm surprised. And like we haven't even got this far yet, but I feel like she's going to automatically assume that I'm on the side of Thanos. Like she
I'm not even going to say it. I will automatically assume, but I will say this now that you will find ways to sympathize with him. Even if you say he's wrong, you will somehow find some good, and she's putting quotation marks around good.
and the
'Cause
culling.
that's what you do. When other people are like,
I was created
not
on this
good.
planet.
And you're like, well, can I just say this?
No,
Can I just say this?
something?
Can I say something? What about I'm going to play devil's advocate? I'm going to play devil's advocate.
Devil's
That's
advocate.
what you do.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to say my virtuous self will remain virtuous with or without villains. And that's why I get to live forever. It's just a halo over my head.
What happens when you live forever, though?
Just a halo.
What happens when you live forever?
I'm just out here.
You
You
either
live
die
long
a
enough.
hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
I propose the order we
Not
go
me.
in is the order of release of those movies,
So that would be Howard the Duck first,
Yep.
and then the
and then
Silver Surfer
Fantastic
thing,
Four,
I guess.
Rise of the Silver Surfer,
Then Batman, and then your thing.
Yep.
then save the big turgid slog for last.
Yeah, we have to
would
save that for
guess.
last anyway.
It's like
Unless we split yours up into 4 and do them in between.
We might have to.
You know, like
We're going to have to. Like, there's no way
Howard
we
the
can.
Duck, the first part of that one.
Oh, no.
Lego
I
Batman,
would
the
rather
second part.
focus.
Do it all in a row. Yeah. Yeah.
So Howard the Duck first. Boom. And
God,
then
we're gonna
Loki
watch
comes
Howard
out
the Duck.
next week.
And then Loki
Yep.
comes. We'll do our Zoom episodes for Loki, but we'll come back and do Howard the Duck. But this has been a long time. So I could do the test on one episode and the movie choices on a second episode.
Yeah,
or
I
unless
think
you think
so.
I should just put it all in one.
Two different.
Okay.
I think it's enough to say two different episodes.
You think we talked enough about the movie choices?
Yeah.
But did we?
Is there anything else we got to say about the movie choices? Like, are we happy with each other? Are we angry at each other? Anybody mad at Andy about
Yeah.
that?
How many people
That's
are
what
mad at
he's
me?
worried
I'm
about.
not. I mean, because I would watch it anyway. So.
I do
I
want
eventually
to.
will watch it. So you're just making me watch it sooner than I want.
Yeah, that's like I feel like I have to make myself.
Also, a
watch.
note that I am generally never angry.
It's all an act.
No, it's not an act. I might be disappointed. I might be
You
disappointed.
definitely don't like the wiener talk.
No.
I realize
I don't
going
know
back and
that
listening.
many people love it.
I think
besides you guys.
whoa.
There's some
I
people
don't
that call
love
this the
wieners,
wiener.
okay?
There's some people that
We
call
don't know what you do in your personal
I don't
time.
love wieners.
There's
It's
some
okay
people.
if you
I do
did.
not love wieners.
It's okay if you do.
That's in the opening now.
How about-
I do not love wieners. There's some people that call this the wiener podcast. I think. Yeah, so
Some people
It's just because
meaning
you're
you.
a wiener.
I mean, no, I'm actually glad you picked that because it will probably shed a light on a lot of nerd stuff I miss. Like, there's a lot of nerd references to Zack Snyder cut, Zack Snyder, oh, blah, blah. I'm like, I have no idea what they're talking about. So I think that'll help me understand nerd.
Will it?
I don't know if it will.
He'll have enough
Maybe he
questions.
won't.
Lord knows.
Since you
I
know
have
you're
a
going
lot
to
of
watch it, you
questions.
should probably look up some Zack Snyder stuff.
Yeah.
So going in, it'll kind of make a little more sense.
Do I have to see other Zack Snyder stuff? Did he?
There's two films that take place before this.
What about Zack Snyder before he did DC stuff? Is there anything else he did?
300.
Okay, I've heard
which
of it.
That's what made his big splash.
That's what everybody loves Zack Snyder for.
And that
Because it was all
and
bloody,
that is
bloody
a
in
comic
slow
book
motion.
too.
Okay.
That is a Frank Miller comic that was adapted to that. and it was all slow motion action, and it was done in it was all green screen, so it was like
Okay.
a unique look at the time.
That
and everyone
nightmare
kinda went,
scene.
Okay.
This is I haven't seen this before,
Right.
and tonight we dine in hell. That's like gave Gerard Butler a career that he's kind of not really.
Who
Taken
directed?
care of well.
Yeah, yeah.
Who directed
That's a
Howard
way
the
to
Duck?
phrase it. I don't
Anybody even
know,
know?
but the principal
was so
from
long
Ferris
ago.
Bueller is in it.
Who knows?
And isn't Leah Thompson or
Yep.
something in
Yep.
She's a chick.
Marty McFly's mom and the principal from Ferris Bueller are in it.
Willard Huck.
That's the director.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
know
George
anybody.
Lucas was involved. He
it?
produced it, I
was?
think.
it? Okay.
That's so,
If I remember
interesting.
correctly, like that duck looked terrible. Like it was like he
I mean,
didn't even move his
what
mouth.
year was that? So think
Like
about
so,
that
yeah.
when you're
I
watching
want to
it.
say it was 87. But I
Yeah,
don't know.
87 is not known for high tech things
And there is a moment
and
like
realistic costuming.
yeah, where
Oh, it was Hike.
Yeah,
His last name was pronounced Hike. Willard Hike.
1986 is when it was.
yeah.
Oh my God, is it that
It
long
didn't
ago?
do very well at the box office.
I
No,
remember going to see it
I saw it.
as a kid.
I don't know.
Yeah, I,
don't
think it's
went
free
to
on
see it.
Peacock.
No, I didn't go see it. I
think-
saw it.
Yeah, I think it was on VHS at some point before.
Yeah,
I think I saw it at the. I remember going to see it. I think
no,
and being excited because I had no
my
idea.
parents would not have paid for that.
They wouldn't have known.
How's-
Oh, Tim Robbins.
Tim Robbins is in it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
See, God bless it.
What a pedigree.
Howard the Duck. And we all get. Oh, the other thing I forgot to mention, we often get tattoos of
No.
all the movies
No.
on our lower back.
That's a no for me.
Yeah,
and
we're
this
not-
is the
we're not-
moment where TBJ quits. the podcast.
She's doing a podcast.
Not getting a Howard the Duck tramp stamp.
I was thinking, it is unfair. There's just three dudes in here, and you
I hold
always
my
get
own
like-
just fine.
You do, but if you ever feel like you need to bring another lady to like counterbalance, let
I
us
can
know.
handle you guys.
Yeah, that's true. She does handle it pretty well.
Something is wrong with you.
That was Art Star that did that.
I know.
The dark side of the Sith clearing his throat.
Oh God.
But with that, I think we have our direction, right? We
Yep.
got 4 episodes, and we're gonna somehow keep that one to 1 episode.
We
Zack
probably
Snyder
won't.
cut.
It's going to
Won't
be a
keep it to
long
one
one.
episode.
It's gonna be 2,
No, that would
It's
be
got,
so
it's got to
much
be
better.
more than one.
and then
But then again, if it's all in slow motion,
that will start phase 2, which will come out, or I mean, season 2 of Nerd School,
Season 2 of Nerd School.
non-pandemic season.
Boom. Where we see each other and see how long it takes for someone to stab someone in our group.
And so I
no shivs allowed
Yeah.
in the Queen City Podcast Network studios.
I didn't see that rule written down, so
And we do want to apologize to everyone that it's been a week or so that we've put out an episode, but we had to get in the studio and
We
figure
were
out our
on a
time.
break.
We're on a break.
sorry.
But we're still
The friends-
finishing up season 1. This is the
okay.
end of season 1.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
thank you for
okay.
listening.
Thank you so much. For
Rate
giving
us,
a chance.
review, subscribe.
Thanks for
Sold.
hanging out for season 1 of Nerds.
Send
Sold.
Art Star your dick pics.
I knew you were going to say that.
So
I
Art
knew it
Star,
was
give your
coming
phone
out.
number so everybody
Here's
can
the
text you their dick
thing.
pics.
1-800-555-5555.
Nope, your IG
That
posts are
doesn't
going
seem
to come.
right.
No, it's 1-900, isn't it?
Yeah. 1-900-909
Just make
Jeff.
everyone. Wait, what is that?
Jazzy Jeffs.
Oh.
1-900-909 Jeff.
1-900-499.
You can cash at me.
And remember
Fair
that
Park.
there was that other one that was like an alien you could
Yeah,
talk
it was
to.
the freak phone.
Freak
It's the party freak.
These are weird things.
Anyway, we gotta remember.
Avoid the noise.
Party freak.
It's time to get out of here. What do we?
Freddy Freaker.
Beep, 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 beep.
Tiffany, you want to sing us out?
I'm not
Sing it
singing
out.
us out, but I'm
And
just
we're
saying.
out of
We need a
here.
name for people who listen to us. Later, nerds.
Yeah. What are our nerd
Nerdians.
Nerds with 2 D's,
nerd students?
so you can spell it different and all cool like.
Nerbies.
No,
Nerdies.
I don't like nerds.
Nerdies.
Nerd kids,
Studers.
nerd pupils, nerd pulse,
Canerds.
Nerd
Not
pupils.
nurple.
Nerd pupils is going to
nipples,
catch on.
nipples.
No.
Canerds.
I don't know. Class
We-
nerds,
we-
whatever.
That's like a real canard.
We'll come up with something
Yeah.
and start calling you that. But thanks for tuning in for season
Schoolios.
1. I'm apologizing after this
Why?
season if you have
Why?
left offended by anything that these gentlemen had said.
Or female.
Please, I don't offend anyone.
Or female.
I
Andy.
TBJ,
Never
if you listen to the podcast,
offend.
has occasionally
I
done some
never-
offending.
never,
She might not do it as much, but she has.
never offend.
Just listen to her. You did
So,
dirt
dear
episode.
You did dirt.
audience members,
Ta-da! You did dirt.
This is the episode.
they did do dirt,
and
but I did not offend.
and-
I got no shame.
And we had the episode about us, having copulations with Batman, which she did partake of.
I still did not offend anyone. I personally don't. I'm just saying to our listeners,
remember that.
all in good fun, good jest,
Yes,
and
clean,
humor.
good, clean
so please
sexual
know
fun.
that I will vouch for these humans just one time.
Yep, just this
After
one
this
time.
You'll vouch
season,
for us
I will not
forever.
vouch for them
Forever.
anymore.
And
if
And
they
next
offend
season,
you.
just so you know, next season's gonna get crazy. It's gonna be crazy stunts. We're gonna there's gonna be stunts.
Joe's
and
going to
fireworks.
bring more penis jokes.
There's gonna be a lot of
No.
penis stuff.
Maybe
Lot
I'll
of
try
nude.
to do a cartwheel.
Andy's gonna do all the episodes
We're
nude.
gonna live stream Andy doing a cartwheel
Andy's gonna do a nude cartwheel.
in his. We're gonna
IG
put
Live.
you
We'll
in
put on-
Spider-Man gear.
We'll put on IG. Yeah.
Spider-Man gear and
Yeah.
cartwheel.
All right,
go.
let's see what I can do.
That is gold.
Into
Social
a
media
pool.
gold.
I'll try to climb a rope up a wall like the
We're
old Adam
gonna
West
take
series.
over the space between the library and Spirit Square real quick and get you hoisted up
Get me
there.
you go.
cartwheeling down.
Yeah,
Feces
that's
Alley.
listen
Do some
for Charlotte's Shout.
ballet.
Where
Yeah.
Andy's gonna be a feature performer.
All
Yeah,
right.
do some silk dancing up
Yeah,
there.
we got it.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, we already got
I don't
our
think them
closing
silks
of
is gonna
season
hold me.
2.
And Art Star's gonna do the worm on below you until you fall.
Yes, creative art. I love it.
And so what are you going to do?
I am calling the shots.
Oh, you're calling the shots.
That's what I do.
She'll tell everybody what to do.
That's what I do.
And that's all we got time for.
All right.
Leave us
you
a
much, ladies and
review
gentlemen.
and tell your grandparents to leave us a review.
Follow us on all the socials.
Give us 4 stars.
R.I.P.
5
Gavin McLeod.
stars.
5 stars. What did you say?
I said R.I.P. Gavin McLeod.
Oh, I thought you said Rue McClanahan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gavin McLeod was killed while we were recording
Captain
this episode.
Steubing.
Was it the same guy who killed Jam Master Jay?
Probably. Somebody did kill Jam Master Jay.
That's
and
correct. There's a
I
whole
think he's
documentary
still
about
on a loose. But don't they think they know? Anyway, that's all.
I think they know, but they don't. They can't.
Ventured
Really.
out.
Did I ever tell you about the time I hung out with DMC at Mertz? We're kind of good buds.
Was Don Cheadle there too?
No, but DMC was there, and I didn't talk to him or anything.
No.
Did you tell him he was blind?
No, no.
Is DMC blind just because he got those big glasses?
Why you wear them glasses? So I can see.
Oh.
He wasn't wearing the glasses, but yeah. Anyway, I had explained to Renee Justice who he was.
Oh, I see.
That's Daryl McDaniels, DMC from Run DMC. Who's that? It's Tricky Do Rocco Rocco.
She's probably like,
Yeah. Henry Justice was there too. Rest in peace, Henry Justice.
good guy.
One love,
All right.
something.
Later.
Pour one out.
I love you all.
Later days.
Later, nerds.
I love you, Art.
They say I can't rap about the president no more, but evidently they don't see we in the streets still poor. Still more incarceration of my kinsmen by the prisons, and people thinking this election to end in racism. Proud over pessimism, glad to see Obama, but don't expect me not to speak out when I still see problems.
The Nerd School Podcast.
Nerd School is a member of the Queen City Podcast Network, powered by Ortho Carolina. Now offering video visits so you can take control of your orthopedic care from the comfort of your home. Schedule online at orthocarolina.com. Ortho Carolina, you improved.
Listen, people can make fun of me for my holiday movies all we want to, but I'm like, are you alive? Did I fuss at you today? Did I yell about anything? All right, then. You're welcome. You better thank Hallmark for keeping me safe.